Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. I'm here today to give you my non-spoiler thoughts.
Hey guys, it's me, King D Ash. So, I got my hands on the new Ben 10, the original story of Ben 10, and I heard there is a couple of more, couple of it's kind of hard to see, couple of more comic books of the original Ben 10. This is the one. This is the chapter one of um, season one. If I must say, I checked into it. I liked it very much. And hold on, let me turn on the light. Okay, much better. Much better. My hair's all messed up. Oh well. So, okay, there we go. So, so I went. I finally, I finally bought this one today. Finally, just bought this one today. Ben 10, the original um origin story, the original origin story of Ben 10. So it's totally different to the animated series of the original Ben and Gwen and Grandpa and Bill Gates and one of his Bill Gates army and different kind of new army tricks. This is the new army tricks, not the army tricks in the series. What he gets, I I was so surprised of Ben 10. So when I first see this Ben 10, there's this one when Ben with holding the new album tricks, and there's another one with Ben 10 was in the middle, and all these are all of them, all the aliens comes out from the watch. Yeah, his whole style, the original style of Ben 10, he's gonna get like wild Omnitrix. In the series, we know and we love the series Omnitrix. This is all wires, but it doesn't have the logo. It does have the logo, and there's you can follow Facebook, uh, Facebook, um, Twitter, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky. I think I said that right. And YouTube. And all these you can follow if you guys have them for the Ben 10 series or comic book series. And then it shows you all these. It tells you everything in the bottom. Tells you how to follow just follow all three, all of them to go to the page, and then this is contact with Warner Bros. And then here was the think Water Bros or Ben 10. Okay. The first one, let me open this. First I will show it to you. Liberator. I'm gonna I'm gonna open these. It's already open. I'm giving one probably four cards away. So how this one looks, it's so thin. I really like this. It's I really like this because it's got green in the back and it says Cartoon Network in the mid in the sorry in the front it said sorry yeah Ben 10 and then another one. I can't even do this. Oh, you're right. Ben 10 1 edition. So let's start. And then a little bit later, I'll try to do, I guess, some Ben 10 stuff going on. People are talking about it. I'm just showing you what it looks like. So, show you Will Vilgax is ship right here. Here's Vilgax's ship right here. He was talking about a some kind of alien, some kind of Vilgax was talking about in this comic book was talking about this meteor lights coming down to Earth. So they're coming down to Earth. Anyway, come down to Earth anyway. Besides that, so Vilgax is telling about this meteor on here, and this is all the aliens of the second comic book I saw. So I do like the design. I like the way Vilgax and his alien army, attracts, trying to find where this meteor was going to be at in different planets. But it's going to hit in Earth, and in the show, in the anime show, it's already hits Earth in the woods, and then okay, it's kind of so. Anyway, so Ben, Grandpa, and Grandpa Max, Ben, and Gwen is campfire at the campfire, roasting the marshmallows. So and hold on, this one, yeah, there you go. Roasting the marshmallows and Gwen and telling both of Gwen and Ben about their parents, about the sorrow God had with the Grandpa Max. And then, oh, that's the no. And then Ben was arguing with Grandpa Max, so he stormed off into the series. It's kind of like that. He was mad. He was arguing with his grandpa, and he stormed out into the woods. like original, in the series. So, and then it shows here the next page. Let's see. There was a guy. There's a guy. Hold on. So there was somebody was tracking, was something was not right. Some guy was checking the if there's any meteorites close to Earth, and there is something's wrong. So there was a meteor projectile Earth you can see right now hitting Earth, and Ben was still in the woods and saw this meteor went down and go and land into the forest. And here's a third comic book. Here's a third comic book anyway. It looks that's Heat Blast. It looks so cool. Hold on just real quick. And then here's the other page of another comic book, superhero. By the way, anyway, besides that, I just need to check something on my phone real quick. Okay, nothing wrong. Anyway, let's go back. So we found Ben. Found the crash site from the meteor. Ben 10. He's found the crash site from the meteor. Hold on. There we go. So Ben found the crash site of his meteor. So and he was looking around the craft site, and they saw and didn't saw no nothing, and just found this wired watch. And he was trying to find the mirror to crash, and then the next scene found this watch, and it somehow attached him on his left arm, left wrist. I can't say that right. Wrist, left wrist. So he's trying to get it off. And in the series, he was in the Ben 10 series. He went to the crash site, the crash site with a meteor, and it was like a pod and it opened, and there's a watch inside in the TV show, and then it opens up, just looks like a regular a future watch. And whenever Ben 10 go down to his cradle and trying to take the watch, and the watch already jumps and fuses himself with Ben's wrist on his left hand. So, and then let's see this correctly. So then the army was looking for this alien. Was there this army, the whole army was looking for what's coming down on Earth. Doesn't make any sense. So the whole army went to this crash site, to the cradle, and you see a lot of tanks. You see the tanks, couple of tanks, a lot of people in the cradle of it, and then Grandpa Max is looking for Ben. He was calling his name many times, looking Ben in the woods. But in the video series, um, but in the series, Ben found the watch. He's trying to take it off the watch, and accidentally hit the button, and a picture of an alien on Ben's watch. He pushed it down with one finger, and Mandy turned into Heat Blast. Well, Mandy turned an alien, but it's named Heat Blast. And he was freaking out because he's on fire, but it doesn't even hurt him if it's on fire. And there isn't if in the series. So hold on. So he's still trying to take it off. He's still trying to take it off. To how to he's trying to take it off. There was a cyborg Bill looking for the watch too. I'm not really sure. Looking for a watch or trying to. I think looking for the watch too. Somehow looking for the watch. I mean, this is not original. This is not a regular Bill. It's got all these you can see like there's no bone, there's no blood. There was just like cyborg or like an android kind of runes. This is not a regular Bill. Have these features in the regular just as cybernetic wires inside his arm and his neck and his eye too. So trying to find the Ben, trying to find the watch from Ben's wrist, and I don't know if the bear was trying to kill Ben and the watch together, and the watch was glowing green when the watch sees the watch. Whenever Ben got scared or Ben got worried, and I guess the watch is activated, this green glow from the watch turning into Ben two forearms. You can see here he's turning into forearms. So hold on. Got some kind of message. Nope. No message at all. Anyway. So we finally know this alien. It's called Forearms. It was transferred into Forearms. And this alien it's pretty cool because he was went in. It's pretty cool because first we saw these aliens in the new Ben 10 cover of the comic book. They're all like very scary when we saw these aliens. This is forearms, different kind of style, different kind of outfit on him. He was not wearing actually. He's not wearing the watches on his. He's not wearing a watch on his white arm or his. I think right or left arm. Left arm. So he's fighting with this mechanical bill. First he was transformed, now fighting the mechanical bill. So when he was when he's turning full once he was fighting with the mechanical bill, and let's get this. Okay. So now it turns out he almost he he was getting he was gonna win, but he got turned back to Ben. So I don't know how many. I don't know if it was 30 minutes or probably shorter. In the anime, it's probably 30 minutes, probably 30 minutes for this new Omnitrix, or more, probably 30 seconds. Was just guessing. I'm not really sure. But if we have if we have an anime like this, like I know we have a comic book all about the original Ben 10. We should have an anime. Anyway, so Ben 10, Fulon was fighting with the with the cyborg Bill, but he turns back to Ben. That you can see the transformation. He was trying to move back to Ben. He's full arms to back to Ben anyway, and then and there was a cooldown for the Omnitrix watch. Okay. Cooldown system. So, and the bear is trying to still attack him, still trying to kill him, and then the Omnitrix, it's still glowing green, and Ben is trying to go with going that with that new with forms. He's trying to transform the forms again, but this time it's on the page. This time he has a new alien. It's called Heat. He has a new alien called Heat Blast. He has a new alien called Heat Blast, and his new design, it looks badass. So hold on, trying to my layout. So you know what's in the anime. You guys already know in the wizard in the anime what I just told you earlier. He found a watch on his wrist. He turned it on the first time, and he was looking around like nobody to see what he is doing. And when he pushed on his one finger on the watch, he turned to Heat Blast. This new alien Heat Blast, and he was doing a lot of fireballs to the trees in the show, in the anime series. So he blasts. Um, I don't see any fireballs. Did he put fireballs? Okay, the bear is trying to attack him once more, and whenever the cyber bear trying to attack him, and the bear did no damage with heat blast, so the bear actually got burnt from the fire of his skin. I think burnt him off. That's what it looked like it. So this says that. You're almost done with this one anyway. I already read this already. So he blast. So he already defeated um fine the android bill. I can't say cyborg bill. He defeated it already. Um, yeah, can do that. Try to put a like right in the middle. So let's see. So he blasts, finds to beat the bear, and there's army men and sound army man around him. No, army man was seeing these fire on the grass. So the army was looking around for some kind of creature who did this to this forest, and we all know it was Ben, or if you want to call him Heat Blast. Well, it's both same thing. Before, okay, now before, after the army was looking for Ben, Gwen and Grandpa Max is looking looking for Ben, and is Grandpa Max knows what what's going on. So Ben was telling to Gwen about Ben, and I think Ben is in trouble. So they're looking for him in the woods, looking farther in the woods, deeper in the woods. And then this is okay. So to Vilgax's ship and Vilgax. Here was Vilgax's original ship from the series. Original ship from the series. It's kind of hard to say. And here was these alien army of Vilgax. This is the original Vilgax. Different Vilgax in the anime series. Let me see here. I think that's pretty much it. Okay, that's pretty much it. But here was all the cover books. Here was all the Ben 10 cover book. Like seriously, man. Like I need you. This can't just do it any justice. You know, I need to put a flashlight right there. I don't know. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Let me just put a flashlight. I hope it's not too bright. Okay. I think that much better. So here's all the Ben 10. I got round one, so there was a lot in total. Different styles on the first cover and the first cover of Ben 10. I know there's a flashlight, so here it is. Okay, guys. Probably down the road. Probably I'll buy another one. Probably in the future. I just got this one. Okay, I need to look at my back. What's my back? Anyway, guys. Anyway, so I just got done with Ben 10. So you can go back to go back to the video. I explained about this already. Now I'm gonna give away these cards to you guys, my fans. Any card I found I want to give away, I'll give you guys on watching the stream or after watching the stream. Okay. I got a couple of I'm looking I got so many copies of Pokemon cards. Original real cards. I'm not gonna scam you. I got scammed from my last short video, and I got scammed. I was doing a live stream, and I was doing a live stream, right? And I have to delete it because it takes so long to download. So that's why. So hey guys, I just explained this away. I just opened this. So if you want to go back to the video, and I can show I can show you go if you want to go back to the video about this. Now I'm just gonna give my I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna give my fans Pokemon cards. Each one is watching my video, my stream, and do that a lot. I'll give away a couple of Pokemon cards if someone's watching my live stream. I already did Ben 10, the original Ben 10, and I did read the whole thing and I do love it. So let me go to okay. This is all energies. Energies. This is all energies. If you guys want to, guys, go back to my video. Go back to go pause the if not pause yeah pause the video and look back. You can put that button put slide it all the way back and show you the how I there's a button there. It should be working and it should be like sorry my brain. You can go back to see my video of the Ben 10 comic book. I was explaining it the best that I can. Pretty good at explaining it. That's why I was trying to tell you. But now I'm giving away Pokemon cards if somebody's watching my stream or end of my stream. Stick watching my end of my stream. So I'm gonna So we have here. I'm giving this. I'm giving this Pokemon away from one of my fans, and also I'm giving these two for two of my fans. Hold on. These two to my fans. Also, because that's still full. Also, hey guys. Oh, I forgot to do something real quick. You know what I forgot to do, guys? I totally forgot to do this. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Okay, I'm giving away Pokemon cards now. I already did this already. I already explained this already in the series and this comic book and the series. I already explained that already. I open it up if you want to see it. Go fast forward it back to the video, to the stream, back to the stream. I mean, and I can then you can watch the whole stream. So I'm giving these away. I'm giving this one. I give this one away. Giving these two away. Giving this two away. Then I got some more to give away too. Have all these away. I'll give everything away if somebody. So I got like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Pokemon cards I give away. So now let's go to
Ben. A huge team is behind bringing this new comic to life, a new continuity of Ben 10, and I had the fortunate pleasure of checking number 1 early, and I want to give you my
Ben 10 2016 there's one review now.
my thoughts. Obviously, once again, non-spoilers.
This
I'll
one
get right to it. I had a
this
great
one right
time reading
here.
this first issue, and I did record my reaction, me
This-
reading it for the first time.
Oh my God.
It'll go up on the channel about a day or so after the comic releases to give you guys some time to check it out yourself and everything. But I had a great time. Now, I do have some questions, and I can't go into what it is specifically because spoilers. But in terms of Max and Gwen, there are some changes they make to their characters. This is a new continuity, so it makes sense. And I just have questions, not so much like bad questions. I'm just like, that's interesting about Max. That's interesting about Gwen. I'm curious where that leads and what does that mean specifically for their
Hey guys,
characters.
welcome to-
Because going in, I knew this was a new continuity, so these characters are probably not going to be the exact same versions, and they're not. But I'm like, interesting. What does that mean for them? Like, how is that going to really fundamentally change them even further as we continue? So that's interesting. Ben felt very familiar, but he's still Ben in essence. Tone-wise, I like the tone. It's a little bit darker. It's a little bit more serious, at least for this first issue. I am hoping.
Okay, guys, I just explained this on my live stream today, and if you want to go back and if you want to go back and seen it, I opened this already early. If you guys want to see it on my live stream, or after my live stream, I'll probably do a short video doing the pictures.
It's hero time. What's up, everyone? James here, and I'm bringing you the preview of Dynamite Entertainment's Ben 10 comic book series coming to us on May 6th. This was announced at New York Comic Con last year, and shortly after, there was a first look at the comic book that dropped, giving us a few pages showing how Ben, Gwen, and Grandpa Max would look. What we're going to look at in this video is the Ash Can comic book that Dynamite blessed me with which they just released. It has some of those pages with the dialogue and more. If you're unfamiliar with what an ashcan edition of a comic book is, they've been around since the 30s and have a long history, but these days they're essentially comic books or mini comics used to promote and preview an upcoming series. Before we get into this preview though, I want to talk about what this series is going to be and Ben 10's comic book ties to the industry and inspiration. If you don't care to hear it, just use the timestamps below to get right into the preview. So Ben 10 was created by the members of Man of Action Entertainment, which consists of 4 comic book writers and artists: Duncan Rollo, Joe Casey, Joe Kelly, and Steven T. Seagal. They all have backgrounds in comics, working with companies like Marvel and DC Comics, which heavily influenced Ben 10's superhero tone. A comic book series they have directly acknowledged that Ben 10 was influenced by is DC's Dial H for Hero. It was a Silver Age 60s comic book series created by writer Dave Wood and artist Jim Mooney. It followed a teenager, Robbie Reed, who one fell into this hidden cavern because of criminals called the Thunderbolts. In that cavern, he discovered a mysterious doll device that allowed him to transform into 1,000 different heroes, which is why he had the moniker the One-Man Justice League. When Robbie would dial the word hero, he would transform into a completely different superhero each time, gaining a new name, costume, and powers. Now, he had no control over what hero he would become, which is similar to Ben, who would often transform into an alien throughout the original show he didn't choose on the Omnitrix. Now, what's cool and exciting about this series is just like how Robert Kirkman is giving us a reimagining of his Invincible comic book series with the animated series, the Men of Action are doing the same thing with the Ben 10 cartoon in this comic book series. The entire Man of Action team will drive the stories in this, with individual partners taking turns scripting story arcs as the series progresses. The initial story arc will be led by Joe Casey and artist Robert Carey, giving us a revamped origin. And make no mistake, they're not only pulling from the original show, they're also pulling ideas, characters, and stories from all the Ben 10 shows we've gotten over the years. Joe Casey said in an interview, as original creators of the entire Ben 10 phenomenon, this comic book is a huge deal for us. For Ben 10 fans, both new and old, we're committed to giving you everything you could possibly want in this series. We've got every previous incarnation to draw from, and we're not holding anything back. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This is the most absolute Ben 10 you can get. If that doesn't get you excited about this series, then I don't know what will. Now, let's get into this comic book preview of this series. Now, just to be clear, these are my personal scans of my comic that Dynamite gave me. So you won't find this anywhere digitally online, at least to my knowledge. So this begins with the ultimate big bad, Ben 10's Vilgax on his ship, musing to himself how he sees the universe very simply as territory to be conquered, ripe for subjugation under his rule. He says, while the countless worlds along the way, those which have dared to oppose me have all met their fiery demise. Could there be anything left to possibly challenge me? Any weapon in existence that poses any kind of threat to me? I have recently been made aware there is one, but very soon it will be mine. I love this, making it very clear to the reader right off the bat that Vilgax is this planet-conquering, world-ending force. It's giving me Thanos vibes. And Vilgax is a villain who definitely deserves to be treated as the Thanos of the Ben 10 universe. Because that guy is no joke. From here, we transition to Grandpa Max, Ben, and his cousin Gwen camping and roasting marshmallows. I dig Grandpa Max's grizzled, lean, and bearded look in this series. It makes him seem way cooler than the cartoon version.
Hey guys,
he tells Ben and Gwen that he promised both of their parents he'll show them the America they can't experience on screens. That if they end up killing each other, though, he'll never hear the end of it. Ben says not to worry about it because he has his cards, which we know are his Sumo Slammer cards. That's a huge multimedia franchise in the Ben 10 universe, spanning video games, TV shows, movies, trading card games, and much more. When Ben calls Gwen a nerdy girl for bringing her science books, Gwen quickly claps back, pointing out how at least her folks aren't using this trip as an excuse to get rid of her, unlike his
Hey
parents.
guys, if
Ben
anybody
gets
wants
pissed,
to,
says he doesn't need them, and storms off.
anybody want,
Meanwhile, at more than likely a
Anybody
government
wants to do
space
the
surveillance
question
network
back.
facility, a space surveillance officer reports an incoming object entering Earth's atmosphere with an energy frequency not even on the spectrum, about to make planetfall. At that moment, Ben sees it in the sky coming towards him, and bam, it lands right in front of him, and the impact sends him flying. After he gains his footing, he investigates the crater, and just when he's about to get Grandpa Max, the Omnitrix leaps out of the crater and latches itself onto Ben's wrist. Ben tries to get it off, but that's when what seems to be a huge military force arrives at the crater. Ben immediately hides. The commander orders his troops to commence a sweep and for the construction crew to get a mobile station up and running so the scientists can get to work. That whatever landed here, they're not letting up until they find it. Grandpa Max is looking for Ben as all of this is going on. Ben sneaks away from the area, still trying to get the Omnitrix off.
hey guys,
That's when he encounters a massive freaking cyborg bear. Now, this could be multiple things. This could be Cyberg from the Ben 10 reboot. It could be one of Vilgax's mecha droids that he sent to track down the Omnitrix and that cybernetically infused itself with this bear, or it could be Dr. Animo related. We'll have to wait and see, but I can't wait. Comment below your thoughts on what you think this could be. In the meantime, if you want to pre-order your own Ben 10 comic book and get a discount, check out the link to Dynamite's website below the like button and in the pinned comment below. Use my discount code BEYOND, all lowercase, to get 10% off your purchase. On the website, you can get the standard issue 1 of the comic, a mystery blind bag variant, a comic book medal of issue 1, which I'm definitely getting, or the last thing you can get, which I'm also getting, is a limited virgin cover from one of the Ben 10 creators, Duncan Rollo. And that cover looks absolutely amazing. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, especially if you want to see my video on the first issue of Ben 10 when it drops. Other than that, have an awesome day, and always remember every day to go beyond.
Joe Casey believes a Ben 10 live-action movie will happen, and the new comic is the blueprint. But before we dive straight in, if you want to purchase any Ben 10 merch, use the links in the description down below. It helps the channel out a ton. But before we begin, Burger King and U2s have revealed more Ben 10 figures. Burger King is back, this time with a Ben 10 classic minifigure, unlike the reboot one last year. With other Cartoon Network characters, U2s is also joining them with another 10-year-old Ben minifigure, along with other fan-favorite characters seen in this teaser. Now let's begin. The article starts off with, I'd meant to write about this much earlier than now, but to be honest, it was a lot more fun to sit back and watch the various reactions pour in across multiple platforms. Needless to say, it's been one hell of an eye-opener. Plus, I was actually, working. But the time has come for me to write a little bit about it on this platform, so let's get into it. Looks like he's been watching everything. Our reactions, our breakdowns, our theories. He has a good idea about how the fans are reacting towards the comic book and their opinions on it. The article then continues. So, during Comics Pro Week, or my other new series, Terminal, was also first revealed to the world, Dynamite Entertainment released the first pertinent details related to the upcoming monthly comic book series, Ben 10. There's also a 10-page ashcan preview that was just released in very limited quantities, exclusively to comic book stores, and its contents are already being passed around. There's even been some wildly hysterical misinformation spread around online based on what's gotten out there. All in all, good times. So a few things here. Comics Pro is basically a big industry trade show where publishers reveal new projects to comic shop owners. Joe Casey also revealed his series Terminal, which I'll show on screen. But the thing we're here for? Ben 10. He reveals the Ben 10 comic will be monthly. Looks like we're going to be fed for a while. Now, if you've been keeping up with my posts, you'd know there's been a 10-page ashcan, basically a preview booklet, making the rounds at comic shops. It shows the first couple of pages of the comic as well as concept art for Ben, his aliens, Vilgax, and more. We'll cover that towards the end of the video. He also mentions how people have been interpreting the preview of the comic
Hey
differently
guys,
and causing
I'm
misinformation,
giving
which will
away
probably clear itself up once
all
the
these
comic comes
Pokemon
out.
cards.
Next, he says, with the first issue set to be
If
released
you
on
would
May
like and
6th
subscribe,
under a plethora of killer covers, here's my own pithy quote straight from a Dynamite press release. As original creators of the entire Ben 10 phenomenon, this comic book is a huge deal for us, said writer Joe Casey. For Ben 10 fans, both new and old, we're committed to giving you everything you could possibly want in this series. We've got every previous incarnation to draw from, and we're not holding anything back. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is the most absolute Ben 10 you can get. We saw this quote in a Bleeding Cool article a while back, but that absolute reference is a good indicator. For those who don't know, DC has a line called Absolute Comics, grounded, mature reboots of their characters that takes one core characteristic of its character. But he could be using the word in its original meaning. Basically, this is the most mature, serious, unfiltered Ben 10 we've ever gotten. We then have this image of Ben at the crash site of the Omnitrix. He then continues, yeah, I know, but what can I say? It's the kind of hyped up rhetoric you tend to indulge in when it comes to these official press announcements. I've certainly done my share over the years. Sure, it works great as a soundbite, and hopefully it also conveys at least some of the genuine excitement we're feeling when it comes to bringing this comic book to life, so to speak. Believe me, it's been a long time coming. It's strange to think, after creating the show more than 20 years ago for Cartoon Network, all of us in Man of Action are incredibly psyched to be executing a new vision of Ben 10 in the storytelling medium we love most of all. You know, we all sprang from comic books, and now they're providing the means to tackle our creation in a manner that most accurately reflects our purest vision for it. Fun, serious, action-packed, dramatic, cosmically expansive, epic. This hits different. He's saying that him and the rest of Man of Action can finally tackle Ben 10 the way they always envisioned it in their favorite medium, comics, and the words he uses to describe it: fun, serious, action-packed, dramatic, cosmically expansive, epic. That's hyping me up. No animation restrictions, no toy merchandising limitations or constraints, just pure storytelling, the way they've always wanted to tell it, especially now since the lore has a very good foundation to pull and build upon. We then get an image of presumably Vilgax's ship. He then continues, I mean, yes, of course, we created the damn thing way back when. We developed it for years and eventually consulted on the show as it evolved through its various televised incarnations. There were a lot of cooks in those early kitchens, a lot of talented, dedicated folks who busted their asses to bring our idea into your living rooms. Even when Man of Action came back around to actually run the show in 2016, for the incarnation known colloquially by the fans as the reboot, there were still quite a few masters that needed to at least feel like they were being served. We did our job, and I'd like to think we did it well. But to me, this is the real deal. He goes on to mention the early iterations of Ben 10 and all the writers, producers, and crew members who dedicated time and effort to cook the franchise into what it is today. And we as fans appreciate it. If it weren't for everybody who worked on the show, we wouldn't be here today. He also talks about the reboot and how there were probably some stories they wanted to tell, but couldn't tell all of them. But this comic, this is the real deal. The best Ben 10 potentially has ever been. We then get a picture of who I think.
I'm gonna end it here. So, talk to you guys later. See you guys in next stream. Pretty tired myself. Probably get some bed. Try to go to bed. Good night, everybody.